So there is a good arm for 9. BetBoom on the other side of things. This is actually a map that they also got clapped on very, very recently by Apex. So, and then the victories that they have, like the best team there is Into the Breach, and it was incredibly close. So I don't know. Sure, it's a middle ground kind of map in terms of map pools for most teams, but I don't know that BetBoom's experience on this map is actually all that good. As soon as they've come up against, a half-decent team, they got ruined.
Showtime, baby. 9. 1 map away. Map pick to come here. Anubis, another map they could have picked into in this series, will follow as the decider, if required. But 9 don't want it to get that far. 2-0 is the only order of the day right now. And this round is set to be very hectic. danistzz getting baited in under the balcony. Finally traded. nafany collects another coming out of CT. And Kyler's in a lot of trouble now. Just pinned in around stairs. Bomb is on the site. And as soon as BetBoom here get a chance to reset and just lock down their positions, I don't know how this bomb gets recovered.
Yeah, not really sure it's going to happen. Kyler has baited out a jump in mid there, so faking out some information, I suppose, is a smart move. But at the end of the day, this round is not really looking too doable. As soon as he shows himself down, he will go. So there you have it. A clean opener for BetBoom once again. They're pretty good on the pistols, aren't they? It
was a good stack. They had the right stack. 8 setup on A. danistzz, the player under balcony, I don't think 9 knew about him for a good, I don't know, 2, 3, maybe 4 seconds after they were in his eye line. That's good opportunity to get off shots and make them uncomfortable. Mr. danistzz, only the 1 kill, but he did a good job to disrupt, and by that point, the rotates are in, and wasn't a great deal 9 could do about it. And of course, lacking a bomb plant, they've said, we don't want to buy here. We'll play the long game. Kyler's got a bit more money than the others. Get himself a deagle. But we're really looking to the round after this, I think, in terms of a 9 having any great impact.
Slow creep out towards B. This could be more effective than we first thought, though. Siren, however, back end of the site. It's only good for 1. I think they should be able to get a bomb down here. They're actually lagging in quite slowly. danistzz taken out at get right. Rotations around. Looks good here from now, doesn't it, to be fair? Ooh,
this is good damage.
Yeah, this is really good damage for the fact that they're going to be buying into the next round. He has also got himself a smoke down. Never know what he might find. It's not much, but still really, really good damage to kick off there for 9. Threatens this round massively, right? They win this, they break the bank. So they're in a fantastic spot to close this gap.
That was a 1 deagle Glock eco. 1 deagle in the mix, and that deagle was the first player to go down. That's a catastrophe for BetBoom. They're going to have no money in reserve, really. Let's have a look. Zorze's got a little bit, as does Chiron, but outside of that, basically nothing. So this is absolutely without saves. Double eco territory. Very important round for 9. Early on here, if they can break the money. Set themselves up excellently. Check out this mid-fight. BetBoom doesn't work out. Trying to swing up the top, and it's a dangerous game. A cruel mistress can be fighting down into those lines when there's so many tricky angles 9 players can post up on. And those angles let them a nice advantage.
Nothing more presenting, though. Zorze might be the next one to see a fight, but he gets flashed off. He's hidden away. There's nothing really coming at the moment. Where do we go? What do we show here? On the 9 side of things, they really do have to make this advantage work. BetBoom are guessing correctly, Alan. They've got 3 players here quickly. nafany will be the first one to fall. They're not expecting Siren up close. And now set up with Chiron as well. It's a beautiful little crossfire. Minio had snuck into the corner. 2 versus 1 we are down to now in favor of BetBoom. Kyler is on the backside. That's the big thing. Cannot be expected. Now being spotted, knows where they both are, just can't find the frags. Slowly but surely they are chipping away at him. And slowly but surely it feels like the round is going to go the way of BetBoom. 20 seconds to work back into the bomb site is just not looking good. Down goes Kylar. 3 in a row here for BetBoom.
Good start. And that was the scary round. And to keep that many players alive is very nice. Again, lack of bomb plants for 9 means investment here is out of the question. Half buy is the best that they laid on the table. Util is pretty good, plenty of smoke, so I'll have the option to go in for a set play. Top mid smoke is out first. Loads of players here in towards the B apartments, and given the way these smokes are lined up, it is going to be some sort of big explosion. Archway smokes in for the market doorway as well. Flashes over, but it's a fake. It's a fake. Look at this, straight in through underpass into connector. This is really hard to read if you're BetBoom. There's a lot going on right now.
Still managed to open up, right, is the good thing, the big thing, confident thing. There will be a number of frags going the way of BetBoom. No real threat, it would seem. Just Hades remaining spotted out now. They know that he's got the bomb as well. Oh, close to a frag, but can't convert it.
That's got a ring of a round that's, in theory, brilliant. It looks great. You run the dry runs. Even in some scrims, you might run it and you pull it off and you think, this is a great round. It's a brilliant fake. Going to get a big gap. Get up connector into jungle. But in practice, the way BetBoom stayed still, didn't rotate. They just never get the window they were trying to prise open with the fake. Even so, back on the guns. Key here in Palace. Couple of teammates in ramp as Kylar trying to pod and poke, sorry. But the bomb's all the way back in T-spawn, so they're just looking for fights at the moment. There's no real committal.
Really far back for 9 as well, right? Like, they're just not showing any presence at all. He takes some peeks here, trying to gather some information. Little does he know they're all hidden away. Of course, there are 2 under at dark. Really dangerous spot for BetBoom to be in, but generally don't expect 2 players in dark. Would also be, once again, a correct kind of read here from 9. Working their way towards A. And a lot of presence from connector. Maybe the best way to deal with boys at dark. But BetBoom have a really strong A-hold, don't they? Only 1 on B at the moment.
Wow.
Oh!
Wow.
Okay.
Blink and you missed that. Where did the defense go? Annihilation. There's so many there, BetBoom. No resistance. That is a statement from 9. Just started to look a little bit ugly, the scoreline. That's an uppercut. That's going to hurt.
That is going to hurt. danistzz with a double on the way out. May well be able to survive. They're after him, but still, there's a good chance to isolate a few fights here. There he goes for another. I knew the flank was coming in, just couldn't line his crosshair up in time. So
that's really important damage. That would have been 5 alive. And now 9 are not going to have any money. Do they need to chase? I think the answer is probably no. Economy couldn't really sustain it. Onwards we go. At least there's an open Zorte, which is nice given the finances are a little bit on the brink. Miss Molly from Chiron onto those top boxes, but shouldn't make a massive amount of difference. danistzz is going to commit to playing Firebox, trying to get baited in by nafany from CT. That's the idea. And Zorte's filling his spot. He's on short.
Nice pickup from Chiron to kick us off. Key with an aggressive move. Just gets, absolutely clapped. Chiron takes some damage, but manages to survive thanks to multiple walls of protection. Slow but sure in towards this A-bomb site here, Alan. They are shaping up for a decent hit. danistzz might go unchecked, however. And now...
What?
Oh, he has to pop off. What a find from Hades. So here we go. The player in at Firebox is really, really paramount to getting BetBoom back into this round. Looking to drop the planter. Can't quite do it, but he finds himself a double. Sets up a third. Leaves it down to just Kylar. An overlooked angle allows BetBoom back into the round. Long-range spray doesn't work for Kylar. Down he will fall, and... well, 9. They look decent there with the Hades entries. Unfortunately, unable to get it over the line.
Absolute roller coaster. I'm not sure how Hades got out and fought a player top connector without getting spotted. Or at least, you know, lack of awareness from BetBoom. Almost cost them. The second kill from Hades was a ripper onto short. As you said, danistzz remaining unchecked. Can hardly blame 9. He's a B player. They'd seen a lot of contact out of CT, and of course the newer player was connector. So, kind of in the moment, you got to try and join the dots as best you can. And they were thinking that danistzz is still rotating over from B most likely. Can hardly blame them. It works out as intended. So 9 continue to keep up the pressure. They are getting frags on these rounds, but we need conversions. We need money snapped for BetBoom. We want to make a mark on this T side.
And that will be what it's all about. Nice pickup from Kylar. So once again, we see 9 with some clear entries here. Another one towards A. Okay, this...
wow.
wow, okay. The double Ks, Kylar and K, will indeed just not miss a single shot. There's no other way of putting it, really.
2 rounds they've won. Pretty similar. Contact heavy, playing with pace. And individuals just farming, going to town. To replicate that a little bit more often. Of course, we saw this a little bit earlier as well as they tried to hunt danistzz with the lone rifle that became an AK. Can't give Zorte too much, and they don't. This time, he's found. They're going to get the AWP for Hades. Yes, they do. And that money is in a bad, bad place for BetBoom. They're in double ego territory, and they've said, we're going to force. Don't blame them.
Yeah, I mean, they are a bit stuck for ideas, right? You just have to even up the economy, really, when it looks as bad as theirs does. Also keep the pressure on. There is definitely scope for that. Scope for Fraggy's here, trying to get aggressive. Oh, in the palace, what has happened in these past couple of rounds? He is absolutely on it on an individual level. Really, really impressive to see.
That was the M4 as well on nafany. I guess he had a top palace spawn, and he thought, I'm going to take this, I'm going to get in there, get aggressive, try and make a move. That's the most important gun gone. Can't find this frag to keep this round in a remotely doable position, and I think he was never going to leave the M4 once he, sussed out roughly what the buy was looking like. In a half that started a bit rough for 9, it's starting to change complexion very fast. This is how terrorist Counter-Strike has really played. You're playing against the economy more than anything else. Just got to keep up relentless pressure, and once you break through, that's when you don't take your foot off the gas. Convert against the pistols. You take economic control yourself, and they are in the process of doing just that right now.
Well, see whether they can indeed keep it up. I'm, of course, going to tell on that one. Down goes the final player of Siren. So, not the worst, but not the best look here for the side of BetBoom. Still got their advantage, but 9 have finally figured out how to win rounds. It was obviously something that plagued them for a fair amount of time. Curious to know what their response will be. For now, it should be a 4th round coming in. There is absolutely no investment here. There's a couple P250s, maybe just one. I'm never really sure with the P2K silhouette, you know? It looks a bit weird from time to time.
Just one, yeah. The bottom one's a P2K.
Yeah, yeah.
Please fix for CS2 have more distinct outlines.
True.
It's ruining my experience. Having to invest so much effort in the cast. Well, for the sake of this round, I quite like the bomb to end up A. Well, this is going to be pretty boring. danistzz has had a good map. I noticed the Chiron had a... despite having some massive rounds in that first map, he was a little bit off the mark by the end. And he's a man they definitely lead. Definitely lead. They want to make this map compelling.
What? I mean, they are only against USP. He is looking so good. He goes down, but yeah, what a run of rounds this guy's having. Great individual moments. So cool to see.
He's brilliant.
Easy round, easy pickup. Yeah, I mean, he's been around for a long time as well. It's and he's never been like the flashiest of players, so it's kind of cool to see him having a game, as it were.
I know that there was, I don't know if it's still today, but there was certainly a period where it wasn't so open to international teams. Or maybe he got bitten badly at the time he did play for one. I'm not sure exactly what the deal was, but let's say maybe wasn't exploring all the opportunities he could have. Obviously, he's ended up here on a Polish team when a lot of his, his brethren haven't. Maybe why we haven't seen Keys. Surely he's a dead man. Yes, he is. Way too many players there. And Kylar's made it out on B. There's so much going on right now. One for Chiron. If we can get this trade, it's looking great. Indeed, they do. A-bomb site, carpet laid out. Just need to stave off these CT fighting players. Get the bomb down.
Byron and danistzz trying to push in to be aggressive here and turn things around. They will actually draw the bomb away, but it doesn't really matter in the end. The kills come in. 5-2-5. This gap has closed very quickly by 9. Really looking forward to these next few rounds. But BetBoom are in this eternal cycle now of win, lose, buy eco, right? It's been a very difficult span of rounds in terms of getting the economy together. They will be on a half buy for this one as the loss bonus is now stacked up.
Still a lot of Mirage to go, but kind of a trend I'm seeing with BetBoom and the way they like to approach the game and these rounds is it really does feel like there's a very thin thread holding the team together. And there's so many playmaking type players, there's so many people who want to make individual moves that I saw in the last one, nafany just makes a solo play, puts his team in a really rough position, whereas this time you see the flip side of having all those individuals. Doesn't matter that they're on a bad buy, fast kills come in, and somehow we're in an even scenario numbers-wise. Still going to be a tricky retake, but they're going to give this a look in. Just Hades left. Zorte, Deagle in hand, no kit, no nades. Definitely still an advantage, Hades. But he's got work to do, and Zorte hits the shots. Where has that round come from BetBoom?
Absolutely unbelievable, man. I mean, it's what we highlighted on the previous map. It is certainly a cause for concern that these Deagle rounds have so much individual prowess in them that you have to watch your back. And well, they didn't. Not completely railed, but it's close. It's definitely close. 9 will be kicking themselves. Not the freest round in the world, but should have been taking it. Should have absolutely been taking it.
That's a huge moment in this first half. Huge moment. 9, for my money, have been, by some distance, the better team on the gun rounds, but economically, BetBoom just make it so difficult. They're so relentless. So hard to get a free round against them. Even when players are trying to save. So good at getting exit kills and all this sort of thing. Onwards we ride. Bit of a boost here for Kylar. Won't think about going in window until someone applies a bit of pressure. Chiron is ready and waiting, so I have to do something to get him looking elsewhere. All this window boost can really come into effect.
Chiron's ready for it, isn't he? Maybe a game of chicken. He's going to give up the angle first, but Minio, smart lad, isn't he? He knows that they've made a bit of noise, presence, probably watching for the window move, but not ladder room. Trade back from Zorte, however. Opportunity for a little more. Zorte can't quite hold the line. They've lost mid as well. They've lost window control. So they are getting crunched right now. 4 versus 2. Last 2 players in at CT for BetBoom. Once again, as you mentioned, 9. Better on the rifles. That comes true in the follow-up round. And even more disappointment in the 9 camp that they dropped that half by then.
Absolutely. I think you could just see BetBoom looked really uncomfortable after they lost mid-control. A lot of teams would take information elsewhere. Try and push A, push the B apartments. Group up, fly into mid, something. But there was no reaction, and sole defender defending window was exposed to ladder room for just a millisecond to Minio, but he goes down, and from there it cascades. 9 have mid, they have window, they can control the rotations. They made good of it. And yeah, you're right, if they hadn't lost against those pistols, they'd be a decent amount ahead now and in firm economic control, so BetBoom need to thank their lucky stars that their individual skill has kept this first half as even as it is.
Mid-aggression from 9. Showing decent presence here. A lot of bodies on the A-bomb side. They've got to be careful. Oh, and again, the pistols are coming alive. Bomb's been dropped there. Forced in. Zorte rears his ugly head with the... Oh,
no
what
way.
has gone on there? Oh, my God. Just buy pistols, fellas. Don't buy the rifles. Oh, and BetBoom hold on to their lead with another silly loss from 9.
It is hard playing against players of this skill, but it's just becoming a bit of a trend, isn't it? That's the scary bit. First time at him from 9 is they've got to brush it off. They've got to just keep plowing on here. The half isn't by any means bad. We just know how much has been left on the table ultimately. That's the bitter one to swallow. They discuss how they're going to approach this round. Buy is still good. That's not a problem. Where are they going to go? Mid-control, maybe something a bit slower, maybe another set play onto a site. Lots of options. Hades to me looks like he's squaring up to go ramp for a bit of a pick, so keep tabs on that one. Get into this round. Window smoke out immediately. 3 players heading towards A. Somebody is going to make a bit of a mid-default. He's actually going to go out off the top spawn. Player in underpass needs to get out of dodge because his teammates aren't here. But if they get the read, that there's so many players mid, they can pounce on A very soon.
I don't think they've got it, unfortunately. The smokes are going to come out. And although blocked off, there is an awful lot of presence from BetBoom. 9 really don't know what they're dealing with at this point. All the Molotovs coming round to allow them that side control. Maybe a little tough. There's a guy out towards CT who will indeed look to cancel. Zorte goofy. Oh, and nafany for a quick double. This is an absolute mess. Key will try his best to keep them in the round. It's now just going to be on to Hades. 1 versus 3. No information to work with. They're all coming in from so many different angles. How does he stay alive here? How does he find the frags? This is going to be a real challenge. Takes it round the corner. Player on the bomb. Got to get him off. Oh, he's found the double, but he can't get the man on the bomb. BetBoom will find number 8. danistzz picks up the kill. Insult to injury. The lead of the half goes the way of the CT side.
Of course, it's easy to say when we can see the mini-map. We know what BetBoom are doing, but I can't help feeling that 9 were a bit hesitant. They had 4 players towards the A side of the map, and they didn't commit. Get a flash over, let Hades poke, let the Palace player jump spot. You can't see anybody, keep going. They missed out on their window, their best chance. And now look at this buy. Of course, they have to invest. It's the 15th. It's the last of the half. 1 AK. Good news is on key, I guess. But elsewhere, absolute car. Boot sale of a buy. And with these numbers falling, BetBoom looks set to take 9 in this first half.
Key. Big frag. Can they wrestle back into the site? Going to go for a boost up here on towards stairs. Definitely been hurt now, though. That's a fair bit of information for BetBoom to work with. Flying into the site. They will distract Chiron, I suppose, but yeah, just too many players to deal with, unfortunately. Hades lagging behind, I guess, was holding the flank. A shot out from Zorte, and that will be 9-6 at the turn of the half. See what BetBoom can get done in half number 2. Trying to stay alive here in the series. Catch you after the break. Half number 2 between BetBoom and 9 here on 9's map pick kicking off. 9, as you can see, are a few rounds down. So BetBoom are in position. to perhaps take us to a third map, Anubis, if it is indeed required. Siren is not ready for the aggression. So many players in this Palace area. Goofy trying to get the hell out of there and stay alive, but he will get taken down. Hades finished off as well. 3 versus 2. Down goes nafany, but down goes Key. So Kylar's got it all to do on the Julies. They're going to try and double peek into him. The Julies are not effective at that range. Down he falls. BetBoom with the pistol.
That was relentless. Meeting in Palace. And the duels never stopped. I think Hades will be kicking himself because he was the player jungle that was trying to help out. I think it's Goofy coming out of Palace. And Hades was the one player that could save him. 1 kill from Hades, just buying some time, would have allowed Nine to mount a much better hold. It's a bit of a shame there. And that pistol would have gone a long way to helping Nine stabilize instead. They're on the back foot, just the 4 spies to follow. Forward Eagles out. Scout on Hades, who's playing CT on A. With the ticket. Booth. As we can see, BetBoom is squaring for a B split. There are 3 in defense. Goofy's tucked in. The Cubby Siren isn't clearing to get a nice frag. And thankfully, his teammate in danistzz has killed Goofy. But all in all, 4 on 2 now. Make it 4 on 1. Clean stuff from BetBoom.
Very clean indeed. Hades on his survival. Probably going to pull it off. He is quite far away from the action, so they'll have a small amount of threat into next round with a scoped weapon. But yeah, BetBoom really setting themselves up well. A great bolster of rounds. It's a tough run back now required from Nine, which is an unenviable position, to be honest, Alan. They're on a map that they have some confidence with. They're on the CT side. That can be a blessing and a curse, I think. Get yourself really rolling on a CT side if you start picking up rounds, but at the same time, it can fall apart very quickly if you just can't get the wraps of the money.
What a performance, though, from BetBoom. To be a map down. Come into Mirage, where the time's been a bit topsy-turvy for them. And to have resilience, to stay aggressive in all of these rounds. Their pistol plays, of course, have gone a long way in terms of ensuring the scoreline, winning pistol rounds as well as the 4 spies, various of them in the first half. But that is Counter-Strike. It's part of the game. And BetBoom seem to be quite the champion over their opponents in those sort of rounds.
Hey, oh, with a nice find, it's Kylar who gets one with the Zeuser. He does not live to tell the tale, but nice shot, I suppose. Nice frag. Minio alone. And they have a good idea that he's in towards market. Down he goes. Easy stuff. So there you have it. Shaping up for a very solid few rounds here on the T side. Rifle buy now coming in. This is where it starts to get serious. Nine have got to show us some presence because they don't have a lot of time left.
No doubt about it. Got to hit the ground running. Got to get Key engaged in connector. Got to get Hades on the move, being mobile. Goofy Kylar, the B players need to get working, harmoniously together. And they might be tested soon. 1 player in mid. That's nafany. Real prong. Real thrust of this round surely is about to come on B. 4 players there. Smoke to block, but they're going through it. Flashes over. Pressure on Kylar. And he gets swarmed. 1 found, but that's the only one. Goofy traded. Hades is out by bench. That's so aggressive, and he has no idea a player is lower. How on earth did he get that kill before he's felled? I'm not sure. But as the dust begins to settle, 2 on 2. BetBoom need to get this one planted.
Key, though, will make sure that that does not happen. He finds the final frag left on very low HP on that 9 side of things, but they are comfortably up to 7. Still, money available for BetBoom. Pressure definitely going to be on, but 9 have proven that they can do it and proven that they will indeed have a game to put up here. They will indeed have a defensive half worth talking about. Pause. coming through, technical in nature. So hopefully not too much of a wait here.
Hopefully not. But a dicey conversion for 9 to win the round, but they'll take it. Absolutely. Pause is almost valuable to them just to continue talking about approaching this one, because we're lacking in a few places. They're up on Hades, which over the course of this qualifier has probably been their biggest weapon, though in this series so far I think Key has been the man. He's been a monster. Maybe he can do some good damage too. And we're back. Good news. Good news. Onwards we go. And 9 still have work to do. I think this gun round might not be a must win, but in terms of closing up the scoreline, breaking the money, this will go a long way to evening up this game.
All right, let's see how 9 pan out, man. They have, as said, proven themselves to be capable. It's just a question of getting some consistency here, which is never easy. BetBoom starting off slow, as they will lean towards that A-bomb site here, Alan. Not too much in terms of the creativity as yet. Mid-smoke's coming in. Just keep the mid-boys preoccupied, but it looks like to me they are lining up to try and get a burst out of Palace area in particular. There he goes. nafany to find Key. What a ridiculous frag. Oh my goodness. Minio trying to hold the line. Does get one. Stays alive. Bomb not joining them in on the fight. Minio goes a bit aggressive before there's really anyone around to help him. 4 versus 2. Might just be a save angle from 9.
Looks like it. Just couldn't hold against the onslaught. Couldn't hold. The aggression out of mid, out of Palace, out of ramp from BetBoom. Too much to handle. And 9 are now in a perilous position. It's going to be 13 for BetBoom, 6 in the lead. Money is gone for 9. I guess they'll eco and hand over 14. I don't see a better option. But whatever way you go, pick your poison. It's not looking good. Whereas on the flip side, BetBoom continue their onslaught. They're looking monstrous here on Mirage. Maybe 9 are starting to regret not taking this to Anubis instead.
Bomb goes off. Yeah, it's really unfortunate, I feel. BetBoom just playing a very confident game, as we've come to know them for, come to expect from them. And they look really damn good while doing it. There's absolutely no sweat on the brow at the moment. There certainly is for 9 to try and stay alive there, but also somewhat of a respectful timeout here called by BetBoom.
I almost wonder why.
Very curious. It is very curious, but perhaps not quite the best read on the economy.
Could be.
Or something like that.
Maybe they want to run a set round that needs a bit of talking over. I'm not sure. But why not? I mean, you've still used this is their first pause of, even despite the slightly bizarre timing. So why not take one every couple rounds? You're going to have enough for regulation. Check out the buy for 9. They have chosen the safer economic approach. On game here. Of course, BetBoom have made it their mantra, practically winning these sort of rounds themselves. So maybe time to steal a page out of their book.
And it's going to open up, however. So maybe not, unfortunately, for 9. An opportunity here towards middle, where the M4 sits, but nothing quite presenting itself. It looks like most of the pressure going to come in through the connector area here for BetBoom. And actually, they have found a lot of space over there, haven't they? Oh! Quick dinks from both sides. But it will be nafany because of his AK finding that frag. should be the round then, 5v3, and yeah, with that, the likes of Key will indeed move to save.
Wheels are starting to fall off here for 9. This was meant to be their moment. This was meant to be Sydney. Here on Mirage. Your map pick, lesser opponent. You've looked so good elsewhere in the qualifier. Even on Mirage as well. And it just hasn't transpired. Of course, losing both pistols didn't help, but particularly those 4 spy rounds out of BetBoom in that first half went a long way towards this.
One, you can maybe forgive in a sense. It was also like a little half-buy type deal, but 2 is kind of ridiculous. And that second one as well was like pretty much an eco. They were upgraded pistols, if we're being really pedantic about the investment. But yeah, that one you absolutely should not be losing. So disappointing to say the least. And it gets in your head as well. It has an effect on the scoreline, but also on the mental. They're frustrating, they're annoying, and yeah, maybe as the guy who gets like a 2K in the round, you're like, for goodness sake, what is everybody else doing?
Aggressive mid fight from 9. That's the call this round. Nobody there to greet them. Minio wants a fight. Nafany's here. Minio has to win this duel or get out of dodge. And he loses. And he loses. They didn't need that. Thank God Kylar taking out a player trying to sneak his way into connector. But in the meantime, seeing all that mid presence, all that mid pressure. BetBoom taking space on A. Hades collects another. Check out the rotations. Everybody from 9 is here.
Very much ready for it, but it has been even back up into a 3-on-3. A shot from Zorte, now a man advantage for BetBoom. They seemingly can do no wrong. 9 desperately trying to hold on, but it's just falling apart. BetBoom with a lovely little pause in proceedings in the mid-round here. And the 3-on-3 goes to a 3-on-0. Very, very well played from that situation.
Oh, there's a 4-on-3, I think, for a couple of seconds as well. It just doesn't quite look right, does it? From 9. Looks disjointed to me. The goofy plays to keep jumping up on ticket. A little bit needless. Like they were lacking information at that point in the round. 8 chances for BetBoom. They had their backs up against the wall, and this is a heck of a response. Then clean up this map in this sort of fashion. Well, we always knew Anubis was going to be Carnage. We always knew as an unknown quantity, but I'm starting to doubt my 9 prediction more and more with every round that goes by here of Mirage. BetBoom are looking magnificent.
Kind of opened in this one, though, Alan. They have indeed opened, so hoping to find maybe a couple of rounds would be nice. Prove to themselves that they can do it moving into Anubis. This one
if they can't win this
good.
round, they don't deserve to win.
Right, exactly. Or trade back Goofy. Goofy maybe, again, you know, call off the aggression there, bro. You're 5-on-3, there's no need. Key in from behind. His position might be known as well because he was the one finding a frag.
And they've lost B as well.
Unbelievable.
This could be all she wrote. This is really tricky for the CDs to retake, and Hades, surely we're looking at this man to do the majority of the heavy lifting.
Smoked off for the time being, so he can't really stop that bomb from crossing in. Minio also not in position to do so. He will creep forwards, might be able to get a catch off here. Nope, being watched for, down to just Hades to keep the game alive. And it does not look very likely at all. 2 more to go. No kit, no time, and no information. So really, really going to be tough, particularly to take down the player in the apartment. Hades creeping round, and back turn. Zorte takes him 16-7. It does not get much more dominant than that, particularly on a map that you have picked into. BetBoom, unpredictable as ever, but they will indeed take us to a 3rd.
Yeah, that's got to be the... Just checking, because I'm quite confident that's got to be the worst map 9 has played in this qualifier.